What up, what up? Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. I want you to hit that like. Make sure you sub to the channel. If you're not a member, hit the likes. Also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire LDBC, Lions Den basketball, boxing community. And salute to all of the people that rock with me, day ones, and as well as my new subs. And if you don't fuck with me, hey, still got love for you regardless, you know. And if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. If you fuck with me, I fuck with you. All right. See what we got up in here, man. Alex, what's up with it? Senta, how you doing? I can't pronounce your last name. I ain't even gonna try. What's going down? How y'all feeling this morning? Hope y'all feeling pretty good. Um, I'm gonna bust out in a little bit with an open panel in a little bit, man. We uh most likely we gonna be snowed in. Um, we gonna be snowed in the next day or so. So y'all know how it is. And taking it back to the quarantine days. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, we're gonna talk about a couple of things, man. Um, you said, bro, you are too black. I can't see you. Well, of course I am. You know what I'm saying? Of course I am. I'm black and I'm beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And the important thing is that you hear me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you don't like that shit, you can bounce your ass the fuck up out of here. You know, that's your first warning, okay? So don't come up in here telling me about my motherfucking channel, okay? I'm gonna let your ass know that now, okay? So, if you don't like the black screen, like I said, you could go. You know what I'm saying? The important thing is that you listen to what's going on. Now, um, I want to talk about uh, the Phoenix Suns for a second, okay? Let me get this motherfucker up out of here. Uh, I ain't got no time for no trolling. Uh, listen, listen. The Phoenix Suns this time last season were uh they were 17 and 15 when they ended 2023 under Frank Vogel. They were they were 17 and 15. Okay, it was 17 and 15, and then in the month of January, the Phoenix Suns went 11 and 5. Look it up. I'm talking about last season under Frank Vogel. Listen, right now, the Phoenix Suns are 17 and 19 under Mike Budenholzer. You see, and I think the Phoenix Suns, if I'm not mistaken, the Phoenix Suns last season they went 49 and 33. They had a good record under Frank Vogel in the regular season. So my question is why did he get let go? Why did they have such a big problem with Frank Vogel? The Phoenix Suns, look, I can't really talk, you know what I'm saying, much because we did lose to the Phoenix Suns or whatever, and we know how Paul George played and everything. But I was thinking about something about the Phoenix Suns, and I was just thinking about how in the hell is it that under Mike Budenholzer they're 17 and 19, but with Frank Vogel they were 17 and 15. I mean, look, some people are gonna say, well, you know, straight that wasn't, you know, that's not too. It wasn't like they were blowing them out of the water or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that they started complaining about Frank Vogel around this time. So are they going to do the same thing with Mike Budenholzer? That's my question. That's my question. I have to know that. Look. The Phoenix Suns, man, are not playing. Um, they're not playing winning basketball. Especially compared to some of the better teams that are in the Western Conference. When you consider OKC, when you consider H Town, hell, look, man, the Lakers. I'm gonna get to them in a second. But believe it or not, the Lakers, despite them beating up on bad teams and stuff, they actually have a better record than the Phoenix Suns. But that's not my big issue, though. My big issue is that why did they have such a big ass problem with Frank Vogel? There was nothing wrong with Frank Vogel. There was nothing wrong with Frank Vogel. There was absolutely nothing wrong with Frank Vogel. He was done wrong. Um, he didn't deserve to be fired the way that he was. You're talking about a champion. Now I'm gonna go back and we're gonna look at the Phoenix Suns and just find out what exactly is the problem with them. Because here's my thing about the Phoenix Suns, right? At one point in time, believe it or not, I was rooting for them. I was rooting for them. I wanted them. I actually wanted them to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Hitman X. Haven't seen him in a grip, but I know that's his squad and everything. But I just gotta wonder sometimes why in the hell did Frank Vogel leave on a record like that? Now look, I know that they got swept by Minnesota last season. Okay, rightfully so. That was that right there was horrible the way that they got swept. But the thing about it is they're on the verge of possibly being a play-in team. They might not even if the way that they playing, they might not make the playoffs. So I'm trying to figure out why. And look, I'm looking at them, man. I'm looking at them, and it's like they don't have. Cause I think they last night they played Indiana. They played Indiana, right? And I know in that first quarter, they were getting they were getting manhandled. You know what I'm saying? By an Indiana team who's been struggling by their standards too as well. Um, it's like from what I noticed about the Phoenix Suns too, they're heavily reliant on the three. Like now, see, I looked at Indiana. When I looked at Indiana, they were taking it to the rack, and see, it was like they were just letting them. Like, look, I'm looking at the game right now. They were just letting them just have their way within 15 feet. You know, they were just letting them have their way within 15 feet. Now, they did pick it up later on. They started to pick it up. But the thing about it is that the Phoenix Suns, they're playing like they're not even motivated. They were motivated. They seemed more motivated last season in comparison to this season. So I gotta know what is the problem with the Phoenix Suns? What exactly is the problem with the Phoenix Suns, man? You know, it's not it wasn't Frank Vogel. It wasn't Frank Vogel. You know, and as much as I got a lot of respect for Kevin Durant and everything. It seems like Kevin Durant is struggling being not scoring and not getting the ball in the hole, but it's the thing that we've always got on Kevin Durant about, which is leadership. You know what I'm saying? It's leadership. You know, um, and I don't think that they're buying in the Budenholzer. To be honest with you, I don't think that they're buying in the Budenholzer. It seems like when they play, they just, I don't know, they're going through the motions. It's like they're going through the motion. They're not playing like there were more. Listen, like in the regular season, you would have thought the Phoenix Suns were more of a championship team last season in the regular season as in comparison to now. Now I will give them this. They got a few young people. I know that they got what's it called? They got like Bobo and of course they got Booger, they got Bill, and a few other guys, man, there and stuff. But it's like for the most part, man, these guys right here are not looking. They're not looking the same, man. And I hate what happened to Bobo too, man. What happened to him, like in terms of like him coming into the league and him being injured and stuff like that. Because when I looked at Bo, man, I looked at him to be like what Wemby is. Like that was my guy. Everybody know that I vouched for Bo. Yeah, and Grayson. I forgot about Grayson Allen. And Grayson Allen is just he doesn't. I don't know. He's showing not to be a good fit for Phoenix. Like he's showing not to be a good fit for them. Hold on one sec, y'all. So let me know what y'all think, man. What do y'all think about the Phoenix Suns? I mean, am I looking at things the wrong way? Hold on one sec. Am I tripping about the Phoenix Suns? Little KD never a fit. So you think you think it's KD? I mean, he's doing good in terms of his numbers and stuff. I mean, he's always listen. Salute to you, Stephen Green. Listen, KD always gonna get his numbers, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I questioned it why he went to Phoenix. I was wondering why Phoenix or whatnot. Um, would he be a good fit with Booker, with Devin Booker? But like, see, if you looked at them last night, Steven, and you looked at Indiana, they had so much better continuity. Them guys don't move the ball. Them guys had a lot of turnovers. Phoenix did. They look like they're not on the same page. But see, when you look at Indiana, even though that Indiana has kind of been struggling this season or whatever, I think Indiana is seventh, if I'm not mistaken. You said you said the Sun style is more fast paced. Well, yeah, it used to be. It used to be, well, especially when they had when it was Chris Paul, when they had of course DeAndre Ayton, who has turned out to be a disappointment. When they had Mikael Bridges, I'm looking at the game right now. See, I'm looking at Miles Turner, man, and Miles Turner. They didn't even have an answer for Miles Turner. They don't have a threat down low. Like they're just, and like I said, that's the biggest thing though, Steven. They they did better with Frank Vogel last season. And then you had guys like Scrub Zero coming up in here. Shout out to Scrub Zero. He was sitting up in here talking about, oh yeah, well Frank Vogel he couldn't coach and all this other stuff. Well, what is Mike Budenholzer doing? And don't give me this championship coach stuff because what you call Budenholzer got a championship with Milwaukee. Listen, Stephen Green, this is what we got to understand. The Phoenix Suns in the month of January last season were 11-5. They were 11-5. Now they're under 500 marching in to January. They're under 500. They were 17-15 last season in the month of January under Frank Vogel. Now under Mike Budenholzer, they're 17-19. So why did Frank Vogel get fired? That's what we got to understand. Listen, I don't even understand why he lost the locker room. And now it's looking like this. It's looking like this, right? This is what it's looking like. You went from a guy in Frank Vogel, you know what I'm saying, who actually was above 500, ended the season 49-33. Yes, they got swept by Minnesota. I know that. We know that. But it's looking like now that the Phoenix Suns, they don't even look like a playoff team. The Phoenix Suns don't even look like a playoff team. I don't want to hear none of this stuff about, oh yeah, we got to get it together. We got to give it time and all this other stuff. What time? What time? What time? Like, do you not realize that February is right around the corner? February, man, people get ready for Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Everything's going on with New Orleans. But what I'm saying is like, anytime, we know that Mardi Gras is around the corner. Anytime that we know that Super Bowl, NBA, NFL playoffs is coming around the corner. Hey, well, we know that the NBA All-Star game is getting ready to come up. And then after that, that's when the real season starts. And that is right around the corner. So I don't want to hear none of this stuff about, oh yeah, man, give it time and all this other stuff. Nah, yeah, they ain't got no time. Motherfuckers ain't got no time. Them motherfuckers ain't got no time. I mean, they just got blown out by Indiana. Had Tyrese Halliburton pulling up from 50, not 40, 50. He was pulling up from 50, man. An ugly shot and all. How they say Tyrese Halliburton got an ugly shot and shit. Now they beat us. Now, Steven, I will give you this. They did beat the Sixers, okay? They beat the Sixers. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? They beat us. I can't even say that. But overall, they have been struggling as a franchise. Look, if y'all gonna get a smoke to how we've been playing, I'm gonna get a smoke to the Phoenix Suns, and I'm gonna go even deeper. I'm gonna be like, why did y'all get rid of Frank Vogel? Why? What was the legitimate reason? Bradley Beal, he certainly can't talk about nobody. Bradley Bill can't talk about nobody. Bradley Bill ain't won nothing. Bradley Bill has always came up short. Bradley Bill, I'm gonna be real with you. Bradley Bill is lucky to even still be in the league, man. And I know some people might disagree with that, but he's lucky to still even have a career. Let's just keep it 100. But yeah, they got manhandled yesterday by the Indiana Pacers. A Pacers team that's been kind of been struggling. Yeah, but I agree with you on that, Stephen Green. You said that the Suns style is up and down, and going to the cup and all that. Yeah, exactly. So now, last night we know what happened with Dallas and the Lakers. Even without Luka and even without Kyrie, the Lakers still lost, and the Mavericks were still able to show that they didn't need their two superstars in order to get it done. Uh, PJ Washington, he did his thing. Lively was able to do his thing. Now, Steven, I don't care what you say. I'm still not gonna have Dallas going into the championship and repeating and all that other stuff. I'm just not, okay? Um, what's up with it, Ted? I see you in here, man. I'm not gonna have the Dallas Mavericks going in there and repeating. They're not the same team. They're gonna beat the Lakers, okay? We know that. They're gonna beat the Lakers. Um, to be honest with you, the Mavericks, they can't beat the Rockets. Listen, the Mavericks can't beat the Rockets. They can't beat OKC. I don't even think the Mavericks could beat Memphis. Can't trade Bill. Well, the only way that Bill would be traded, and listen, I'm gonna be honest with you though, Ted. Bill is not the only problem. If you look at Phoenix, the way that they play, especially defensively, they're horrible, man. Especially last night. Like they were having their merry little way last night, uh, especially in the cup. They were having their merry little way. But Bill, the only way that he would have to waive that no trade clause, and of course they would have to waive them or whatnot, and then they'll go from there or whatever. But I mean, yeah, Bradley Bill, man, he like I said, man, he's lucky to be in the league, man. Like you know what I'm saying? The way because like you got to look at like it's certain players that you look at and it's like, damn nigga, you still in the league? No trade clause lasts his whole contract. I thought it ended with trade from Wizards. Nah. But the thing about it is, it's doable. That's why it now. I want people to understand this, and Brian Windhorst brought up a good point, man. Like I said, I don't be agreeing with Brian Windhorst about a lot of stuff, but he said that the team that Jimmy Butler wants to go to is Phoenix, but it's going to be difficult, especially when you consider about Bradley Beal, because they're they're probably going to have to come to Bradley Beal, man, and be like, look, we're trying to get look, we've liked what you've done here. Well, they probably don't mean that, you know what I'm saying? But we're trying to get a championship right now. Now, do I think that Jimmy Butler is a good fit for for Phoenix? He could be. He could be. Playing alongside Durant. He could be, man. You know, he could be a good fit. I mean, I think he'll be a better fit than somebody like Devin Booker. And 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 I want people to understand something. I like Devin Booker. I'm probably in the minority of the people that actually like Devin Booker. You know, it's just that Devin Booker hasn't taken that he hasn't taken that next leap in order to lead like a Jimmy Butler. He hasn't taken that next. He's not like what you call like a leader that's gonna get you over the hump or anything like that. Jimmy Butler is. It's just that he hasn't won a championship. I think should think about trading him. I think should think. I think should think. I'm sorry, Ted. I'm trying to understand. Hopefully, man. I don't know if I need glasses or I don't know if it's my cataracts. Oh, okay. I know what you mean. I think son should think. Okay, all right. I'm fucking with you, man. Um, but you thought, well, they probably are. They probably are, and the reason is because there's really no use for him. Like, look, man, Bradley Bill, man, is Bradley Bill is just one of them guys, man. He just takes up a roster space. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you don't look at Bradley Bill like you look at John Morant. You know what I'm saying? You don't look at like if John Morant was getting ready to come, it's like, oh no, we got to clear space. We got to do that shit now. Like Jimmy Butler, even at 35 years old, they like, yeah, we got to clear space. You said Booker, you could get a lot for him. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, Ted. I can't even. I don't know. I don't know about Booker either because it's a risk with Booker. Ooh, that was a nice man. I'm looking at Victor Wembanyama, that alley oop that he got thrown by Chris Paul. But nah, man, like it's a risk with Booker too, man. Like, cause who is he gonna benefit? Who is he gonna benefit? Who is he gonna benefit? I mean, do you see Booker going to another championship, leading a team? Do you see him thriving in the playoffs? Nah. Listen, if you're not on the level right now of SGA, if you're not on the level of Donovan Mitchell. Yes, I said Donovan Mitchell. Of Darius Garland. If you're not on the level of hell, even Cade Cunningham. And I'm talking about guards. if you if you're not on those levels right now, then guys don't really want you. If you're not on the level of a Jalen Green, you understand what I mean? The brother 78 Sports TV is in the building. Um, Salute to the general. He is the HNIC of this LDBC thing. We is talking basketball, but he do it all. Basketball, boxing, all that. And, of course, he's the head nigga in charge of this LDBC thing, man. Make sure y'all salute 78 Sports. Good to have you in here, brother. You said Booker been in the NBA since 2015. Yeah, he's been in the and I like Devin Booker. I do like him. I don't like all the crying and stuff like that he be doing sometimes, but he's still a solid player. Still a damn good player. But like I said, you take Devin Booker and then you put him side by side with like a couple of guys that I mentioned, but let's just say with Jimmy Butler. 9 times out of 10 people are gonna take Jimmy Butler because of what Jimmy Butler brings to the table. Even though you got to look at it like this, Booker has missed a lot of time too. He tends to be injury prone at times too. You said Booker to the Bucks? I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't think 70. I don't think 78 was like that. You better off getting Jimmy Butler to the Bucks because I think that's what the brother 78 Sports was talking about. I think it was 78 was talking about coming off of Middleton. You know, making room because you got to think about it like this. Would you rather have Middleton, even though Middleton got a chip? That's one thing that you could say. Would you rather have Middleton or would you rather have Butler? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, 78. Would you like that? I know he was the Bucks. Everybody's looking for him to stay in the East, but from what I'm hearing, Jimmy Butler wants to go out west. I done heard, of course, Brother Tiggy, he was saying, he said H Town. H Town is thriving right now. But I was talking to I think it was Cypress TV, shout out to Cypress, and he was saying that why would you send Jimmy Butler out there to a team that's thriving? You don't want to mess up the continuity. You don't want Jimmy Butler, him being 35 and him being a veteran and stuff like that. You don't want him to contaminate the locker room. They shouldn't trade Aiden. What are you talking about? What you talking about? Aiden already gone. Aiden in Portland, bro. Or you mean they shouldn't have traded him? Aiden wasn't happy there. Aiden, okay, look, I'll put to you like this. I do think that Aiden should have gotten paid that year. That's what I told Hitman X a long time ago when we were talking about it. Aiden was like at one time he was becoming that premier big man that was easily could get you a double and everything. Had a few things that he could work on, but he was a solid big man, and I liked the way Aiden played. But man, what he did in the playoffs, man, and his attitude and with Monty Williams, I can't never forget that, man. I can't never forget that, man. So, yeah, like going back to the original, if you're not if even if you're not a Trey Young or a Dyson Daniels type, Oh yeah, Zion Williamson back too. I think Zion Williamson had what? He had 22 last night. Zion Williamson finally came back. I guess he figured out, man. Mardi Gras probably ain't even gonna be the same and shit. Who was that? Zion. He had 23 and 8. You know what the problem, Polo team, what to win now, not rebuild. Yeah, but and I agree with that. I agree with that. Like they do want to win now. Like like H Town, they're looking like they want to win now. Um, what's it called? OKC, they're looking like they want to win now. Cavs, they're looking like they want to win now. You know what I'm saying? They looking like they want to win now. So if they're looking like they want to win now, then okay, you want to get them on. You want to get Butler on there. You want to get Butler on there. I even thought about the Pistons, man. But that's another team where the continuity is going good. You don't want to bring Jimmy Butler's attitude, because even though that Jimmy Butler has his credentials and everything like that, a lot of them guys might even look at Jimmy Butler and be like, okay, yeah, you got to the finals, but did you win that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? They'll actually look at Jimmy Butler like that. And I was thinking about like Sacramento too. Would Sacramento be a good fit for Jimmy Butler? You know, um, I would like Jimmy Butler to go to a contender, man. I want Jimmy Butler to get a ring. You think the Kings? Yeah, I was looking at the Kings because I was looking at that, right. I was looking at, like, I was trying to imagine him, Sabonis, and would that kind of be convincing for a guy like De'Aaron Fox to stay? You know what I'm saying? Because we know that De'Aaron Fox is not happy there. You know, I sure as hell listen. We sure as hell don't want Jimmy Butler to be there with the Lakers. You said Sabonis and trade room, yeah, which I don't understand. Why would you put, like, Sabonis actually has been the most consistent. I don't understand why Sabonis continues to be like in trade rumors and always at the forefront of everybody's mind, when Sabonis is actually every single night pretty much getting double doubles with a few blocks. He brings rim protection. He's bringing scoring. He's durable. You never hear about Sabonis, like, he's relatively okay when it comes to creating his own shot. He got a little jumper. Shoot. Hold on one sec, y'all. You said I think the Sixers can be a playing. Lakers are embarrassment in the NBA. I mean, listen, man, we could say that about the we could say that about the Lakers, but they actually have a winning record. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't like the fact, you know what I'm saying, because we all know the deal. They've been beaten up on bad teams, but then when they play somebody that's on a level or better, they end up losing. We know it's Jeannie Buss fault. It's Jeannie Buss fault. Rob Palinka, um, uh, LeBron James, and you know what? I'm gonna say some shit that's really gonna fuck you up too right now. It's really gonna mess your head up. A lot of some of this is Anthony Davis' fault too, to a certain extent. Maybe not as much as maybe not as much as LeBron James, but okay. Look, shout out to the brother HDI TV. I had put this in the community section, right, and he said the same thing that I did, right. Ted and Stephen. Look at it like this. Yes, I'm about to go numeric. I'm about to use numerics right now. We're about to use analytics. Okay, we about to talk about metrics, right? LeBron James at the time when D'Lo was getting traded, LeBron was at a negative 114. Okay, we're talking about this season. D'Lo was at a plus. He was at a plus 40 at a plus 49, and then when he had that 22 point game, his first game in Brooklyn, he went up to a plus 50. Why did he get traded? Yeah, exactly. See, and I'm not gonna let AD get. Look, AD has been solid. Defensive Player of the Year candidate, all that other stuff. But you got to get the same type of smoke too, because you didn't stick up for Darvin Ham. You was much as at fault for Darvin Ham because you was up in there being a damn follower. Listen, Steven, man, they're not going to the Western Conference Finals. They're not going to no Western Conference Finals, man. They're not going. They can't beat Houston. I don't know what you see in Dallas, man. Yeah, they're not the same team, man. I don't know why you keep saying Dallas. Now, I was wrong last year, but I don't think I'm gonna be wrong. They're not going. They're not going, man. Listen, can they beat? Listen, can they beat Houston? Can the Mavericks beat Houston? Answer that question. Can the Mavericks beat Houston? Jimmy is a good fit for a team. Yeah, but not that's not the question. What's up with it that you say, yeah, Rockets young. Mav just have to get healthy and make a small trade. Why y'all rooting for the Mavs? Why, if anything, they can't beat Houston, man. Because you know why? You're saying that Houston is young. OKC is young. Memphis is young. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you said you talk about, yeah, get healthy, nigga. Dog, they better stay healthy. You gotta stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know, what's his name has a tendency. Sometimes his stuff will linger. What you call Luca. Then you got Kyrie out. Kyrie rarely misses time. You know what I'm saying? The only time he missed was when that situation happened when he was in Brooklyn. Then of course there was a situation. I think he had a little knick-knack in Cleveland. But nah, the Mavs ain't going, man. I mean, they're not going back to the finals, man. And you see Tim Hardaway Jr. That was a big mistake, them letting Tim Hardaway Jr. go. Look at Tim Hardaway Jr., what he doing with Detroit. They're not a championship team. OKC, they're a championship level team. The Rockets could be a championship level team. And here's another question too. First off, on the Mavericks, who's gonna stop SGA? Ted, Zach, Stephen Green. Who's gonna stop SGA on Dallas? I mean, you could say Thompson, but we know Thompson can't. Like, as much as Clay, that's my guy and everything. You could have said Klay Thompson probably could have slowed SGA down maybe about 7 years ago. Team defense on who? Do you forget? You forget that you can't collapse. You can't collapse on SGA like that. Do you know that they have shooters, and they got guys that can penetrate, and they got a big man that can actually score and is tough in Holmgren. They got an answer for everything that you're trying to put out there. It's just like with Cleveland. Cleveland can play both ends of the floor. Cleveland can run. Cleveland can actually hit shots. Cleveland can move the ball. Cleveland can play in the half court. That's why, like, I don't understand what's his name said yesterday. He wouldn't. I think it was a guy named Darrell. He said that he wouldn't want to see a finals with OKC and Cleveland. Why not? That would be a great finals. You said Sun's problem is a weak bench. Man, Sun's problem is ego. Ooh, that boy Victor Wembanyama. Man, you gotta like that boy Victor Wembanyama, man. The way that this dude be coming through, man, grabbing them ollies, man, he be catching it from everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? But he got dunked on by Zubac, though. That's another guy I would like to have. I would like to have Zubac, too. What's his name? Jalen Green, man. He wanted to dunk on Victor Wembanyama bad, but Victor Wembanyama said, "No, sir." He said, "No, sir." I'm telling you, man. I like when guys, like, other than 3-pointers, I like when guys meet each other at the rim. Like Brandon Miller, he gonna meet your ass at the rim. Jalen Green gonna meet your ass at the rim. Kay Cunningham, he don't mind meeting you at the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, let's get back to them days. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to them days. Let's meet each other at the rim, man. Let's have a conversation at the rim, nigga. Meet me at the rim. Let's settle this. Let's settle this at the rim, nigga. Booker to the Warriors. Brooker to the Warriors. Nah, he's not a good fit, man. You know, with the Warriors, like, you got to think of a Jonathan Kuminga type. You know what I'm saying? Like the Warriors have been struggling. I will give them that or whatever. But they already got a guy. You know, Booker is a poor man's Steph Curry. He a poor man's Steph Curry, man. He got some of the attributes like Steph Curry, but he can't never get over the hump. He like a poor man's Steph Curry, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what Booker is. And like I said, I like Booker. I don't want people thinking I don't like Booker. I like some Devin Booker, man, but I don't think he's a good fit for the Warriors. For what the Warriors are trying to do. I just don't understand where y'all are getting Dallas from. That's. Oh, that was a nice dunk by Mobley. I don't think Evan Mobley gets enough credit, man. I don't think Evan Mobley gets enough credit, man. I like the fact that Evan Mobley, man, he's athletic. He could play defense too. He's an anchor on defense along with Jared Allen or whatever. I don't think they're getting enough credit. Everybody's got giving Donovan Mitchell, all this credit and stuff, man. But I guarantee you, if you take Evan Mobley, you take Jared Allen away, or you take somebody like Darius Garland away, the Cavs wouldn't be as good. I sure hate what they did, man. I hate what they did to D'Lo, man. So Can the Lakers? Can the Lakers make it to the Western Conference Finals? Do they got a shot? Can the Lakers make it? Do the Lakers got a chance? And we talking about all this Western Conference stuff. Who y'all got coming out of the East? I mean, you laughing, but I'm being for real. Who do you? I mean, do you think that they could come out of the West? Do you think that they can make it to the Western Conference Final? I'm being serious. I'm dead serious, man. Yeah, shit. That be it'll be real funny. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, Ted. You laughing right now, right? You laughing right now, but when if they make it to the Western Conference Final, you won't be laughing then. He'll be back. He'll be all right. You act like he out for the season or something. He'll be all right. He'll be fine. He'll be just fine. You said Celtics are 2 3 point happy, but they're still the champs. And they actually, if you really look at the Celtics, they're not as heavily relying on the three as you think they are. The Celtics actually play pretty good defense. They got three superior lockdown defenders that can play transition defense and as well as they could play in uh, defense in the half court too, and they can play help defense. Okay, when you talk about Derek White, when you talk about Jalen Brown, when you talk about Drew Holiday, hell, and Jason Tatum. So that's four. Jason Tatum has became he's gotten a lot better with his defense, becoming that guy, that defensive presence, especially on the perimeter, man. Hawks will give teams. I'm telling you, man. I'm glad you said that. Hawks are the equivalent to what Orlando was last season. I put to you like that. And Trey Young, I got to give it to Trey Young, man. I was real critical of Trey Young, but I've been watching a lot more Trey Young, man. Still needs to get better with his turnovers, man. But Trey Young is really starting to learn. uh, not to be so heavily reliant on, just ISO basketball all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? Or getting his all the time or whatever. Nah, Trey Young is really starting to utilize and trust his team more. And I think that Dorian Finney-Smith was a good pickup for the Lakers, man. What y'all think? Do y'all think that Dorian Finney-Smith was a good pickup for the Lakers? That was a nice block by AD. Yeah, that was a good pick, man. Now he started off a little slow, but he came on as of late. He's showing that he got to get adjusted. It's not an easy adjustment, especially playing with LeBron, man. It's not. It's not a. Everybody thinks like it's just. Oh yeah, man, you just gonna go there, play with LeBron and all this other stuff, and it's gonna be easy peasy. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. But yeah, the Lakers, man, they got beat. They got beat the hell down by uh by a Mavericks team that didn't have Luca and they didn't have Kyrie. It's what everybody has been saying about the Lakers. It's what everybody has been saying about the Lakers. When you play against good teams, or a team that's shoot, the Mavericks that didn't even have a superstar. That just goes to show you about coaching. Now, I know what people are gonna say. They're gonna say, "Well, they game plan for Luca and they game plan for Kyrie or whatever," which it might be somewhat true, but they still what that shows you is that they still got guys on there, whether they have a superstar or not, they can still score. I would like to have Najee Reed though. I think Najee Reed, man, would be a good fit for Miami too. You said the Lakers have no depth. Listen, as much as I want to agree with you, Ted, I disagree, man. And let me tell you why, man. The Lakers got the talent, man. They got the talent. They had the talent. They were fine when they had D'Lo, but that whole environment is ego driven. Okay, they're ego driven. There's a whole bunch of entitlement in that whole uh, in, uh, uh, in that whole arena. You know what I'm saying? And in the locker room, because you got to think about it. LeBron feels like he's entitled to every single fucking thing. He's got an ego that's through the roof. He feel like he should be the one taking the last shot all the time. When we know it should be somebody like Austin Reeves, or it should be someone, you know what I'm saying, like even AD. He does not want to pass over the mantle. He says that he does, but he doesn't want to give up the mantle. He doesn't want to pass the baton to AD. Naj to the Sun to the that would be Najee Reed to the Spurs. Oh man, and you know what? You want to start Najee Reed too with the Spurs to have him and Victor Wembanyama. Man, that would be cold right there. You said I got Dallas over Houston in the playoffs. Nope, I don't. And plus, this is another thing. They don't run like Houston. Now, I know that the playoffs are going to slow down. The tempo going to slow down and all that stuff. That's another thing that we got to look at or whatever. What do y'all, I mean, do y'all got Minnesota as a threat? And the Blazers, man, the Blazers got some athletes, bro. They just can't win. They got some young athletes, bro. It's like Utah and okay, so you think Minnesota's a threat? Nah, Minnesota ain't the team. They need somebody. They're gonna have to make a move, man. They're gonna have to make a. They're gonna have to pick somebody up. I know that they, of course, they made that big blockbuster trade, but they're gonna have to pick up somebody, man. Now, DeMarcus Cousins came out on record and said that Jimmy Butler would be a good fit for Minnesota because he said that dogs need dogs. Pretty much, iron sharpens iron. I like Boogie Cousins, but I gotta disagree with that, man. I don't think that Jimmy Butler would have had a patience for somebody like Ant Man. Nah, I don't think they had a. They're not gonna listen. They're gonna clash. They're gonna clash, and then also you gotta think about it like this too. You're throwing another guy in the fold. You're throwing another guy in the fold that is he's an alpha. He's gonna feel like, okay, why should I have to? I, you know, this is what I'm saying, Ted. Jimmy Butler's gonna look at it like, okay, I made it to the finals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Ant Man's gonna be like, well, nigga, you ain't won shit. But Jimmy Butler's gonna be like, nigga, I've been in the league longer. I've been to two finals. What have you been to? But Anthony Edwards might be like, nah, you an old motherfucker, man. You on your way out. What can you show me? I know, I can already see how that shit going. Knowing how Ant Man is, man. Knowing how Ant Man is. Because as much as I like Ant Man, and y'all know I fuck with Ant Man, Kyle, Kyle, Steven, you all right, man? Do Ted be giving you that good in the morning, man? Old will start a fight. I mean, he like by Anthony Edwards standards, he is old. I mean, compared to Anthony Edwards, I mean, and then on top of that, uh, Jimmy Butler is nowhere near as durable as a guy like Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards never misses games. That's what you got to give Anthony Edwards. You go to Anthony Edwards, man. He stays on the court. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Edwards stays working out. That's why I don't really criticize Anthony Edwards as much. Like the only thing I wish that he would do, he would get back to playing like attacking, man. Like get back to the comparisons of the Kobe. Get back to the comparisons of an MJ. You know what I'm saying? Like get back to the comparison, man. Stop relying on the goddamn 3-pointer, man. Go to the rack, man, with the viciousness. With the viciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's what people want to see. And then you gotta understand McDaniels is something nice too with Minnesota too. McDaniels is something nice with Minnesota too. You know. So like I said, man, yeah, McDaniels something nice. But man, I gotta go back to something I said yesterday though, Ted. Like I said, man, and y'all could disagree with me. Yeah, Conley. Conley gonna keep some balance in the locker room and everything. He's like, come on, guys, come on. Jimmy, sit your ass down. And sit down. Let's talk about this. He gonna be like he gonna be like Trey. He gonna be like Trey on Boys in the Hood, man. He gonna be like, man, you guys are brothers. You shouldn't be fighting. Gonna be like menace to society. We're supposed to be brothers. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Yeah, man. I would like to have Toppin in Philly though. I think Toppin is emerging, man. I think Toppin would be a good fit for us. Obi Toppin. I think he'll be a good fit for Philly. Yeah, to the Sixers, yeah. Because I think we need a big man. Like, it's no disrespect to Drummond, but Drummond can't run like that. Obi Toppin, man, dog, he's flying up the court and can you throw that motherfucker anywhere, he will grab that motherfucker out the air. Like he's gonna attack the rim, like, and he young and athletic. That's what the hell we need, man. We can't have fucking Joel Embiid trotting up the court, worried about his slow ass. You got to worry about if he could play too. He missed the game. He missed the game against Phoenix. Man, he didn't even play. Like damn, like nigga, where's Joel Embiid? Why ain't your ass playing? Why ain't you on the court now? Toppin was that guy in college, and you know who put me on Toppin? It was my guy Wilts, the Wilt Strong Show. Wilts and Will. Shout out to them. Shout out to Will and shout out to Wilts. The New York. New York. They put me on Toppin. I didn't know anything about him. And then I watched a Dayton game. I was like, this dude right here, man. This dude's something else. Who is this young dude? I seen the dude for Charlotte. His name is Han. You know, you need a guy like a Jared Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like a Jared Allen type. You know what I'm saying? I like guys like that, man. Jared Allen, man, you know, stays quiet, man, but he lets his plan do the talking. You need a guy like an Evan Mobley that can run the floor. Joel Embiid, man, he entitled like he still like he deserved the MVP. Hell, I know some people trip out when I say this. I'd rather have Miles Turner than Joel Embiid. At least I know Miles Turner. At least he gonna try, nigga. At least he gonna be out there. He might sometimes be a little inconsistent. I don't know about Bobo. He gets hurt too much, man. He get hurt too much. I mean, he hasn't in the last year or so, but nah. I mean, and then nah. I just need somebody, man. That you know, and you got to think about Toppin that had. experience in the playoff. He's been more in the trenches, man. You got to think about it. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, Ted. So he got a taste of what it was like. You know what I'm saying? On the Lakers, oh hell no, hell no. Now maybe the Celtics, maybe the Celtics. Oh man, maybe. You know, we don't know. We could snag some of them Bulls players too. I would like to get some. Like we got to get. See, Ted. This is the thing about the Sixers, man. We got to get younger, man. We got to get we got to start building. Like I said, I know I sound like a broken record. Everybody's so concerned about building around Joel Embiid. No, you got to build around Maxey. This is Maxey's team. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. I know y'all still fixated on Paul George. I know y'all still fixated on on Joel Embiid. It's Maxey's team. Porter Jr. Ooh, Porter Jr. Now he has been playing pretty good with the Clippers. I think he'll be a good fit for what the Spurs are trying to run. But I like that Najee Reed. Um, I like that better. Man, Jimmy Butler, man, he did his thing, man. He dunked on Ivy nasty. On the Spurs, yeah, the Spurs are on the come up, man. See, you got to watch out for the Spurs. Like that's what I was saying. Like some of these teams that you used to look at and be like, "Oh yeah, we just gonna run right through them and stuff." You can't look at them teams the same no more. All right, y'all, gotta go straight to the point.